Welcome to the Strategic Life Podcast, episode 109, How to Deal with Nice People, with your host, Coach Mario.
Dr. Mario.
Along with Frank.
Someone just stole my pen, and it starts with D and ends with Dr. Mario.
Oh, this was my pen.
I'm done being the nice guy, so we're going to talk about how to deal with nice people here. How to deal with nice people. Sounds like an interesting topic, yes? Frank, tell us why is it hard to deal with nice people?
Those are the worst.
They're raised on croquetas.
I think Frank was raised on croquetas.
God, yes.
So what's wrong with nice people?
Who could say no to a good croqueta?
Oh, for real.
Who could say no to a good nice person? And I think that's part of the problem.
This is it.
Well, if they have croquetas, I don't care. Man, the problem with nice people is because they think they're nice, they're gonna get their wish, and sometimes that's hard, right? Like I personal experience, like I get that all the time. Please and thank you and this and that. I still gotta say no. Like you're asking for a lot of free work, or you're asking for stuff that costs a lot of money. Just because you're asking nicely doesn't mean I can give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Walk into a car dealer and pretty please ask them for a free car. What would happen?
Zero.
So that's that's one problem. I'll say it.
Here we go.
Sometimes nice people could become just too annoying, right? Like, I'll give you guys a good example. I'll bring you guys in. My dad. I love my dad. But my dad's the type of guy that would like call you, early in the morning and ask you how you're doing and then interrogate you a bunch of questions and this. And you're like, man, it's 7 a.m. Like, I'm just waking up. Like, dude, give me an hour to at least like, make coffee, brush my teeth before he's a nice guy. He's doing it just to find out about my day or, I'll give you another example. Like today, he's nonstop texting me asking if I'm going to swim by his house. And do I know, like, I have construction going on at my house. I have to go back and figure that out. Instead, it's just, you're going to swim by? But why don't you find out? Call them. I'm like, I'm doing this. Like, he's being nice. He just wants to spend time with his son. And I love him. I want to spend time with him too. But dude, don't ask me the same question 10 times.
I think there's a difference, though, between genuine kindness and what we call adaptive mechanism. So it's people who are not really authentic.
Big words. I'm already intrigued. Keep going.
They're not authentic. And so they've adapted this mechanism of hi. And they seem to be nice, but it's not really who they are. It tends to be a mask. So I distinguish people who are really nice, authentic, and true with those who just adapt that mechanism of, I'm going to be nice because this is what I can do to get what I want, as opposed to being true and authentic and real, which is obviously totally acceptable. And if you do it with love and you're nice, that's great. But when it's an adaptive mechanism, you can, at least I can discern, I can tell when it's just, going through the motions kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's. I'm gonna write it on this paper here. So we dealt, and just to give you maybe a scenario, the person who helped us with that thing you did.
Okay.
Remember that individual?
No.
The lady who helped us when we got there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So she was very nice, as she told us we couldn't do this, that, and the third, and were many things that you were told that we could do. Even my phone can't stand it; it's falling all over the place. And so it was like, she's so nice, but like, this isn't what we were told. And so, I mean, even at that rate, remember I was like, oh, did you do this? And did you do that? I'm like,
For the charity?
Correct.
Oh, no, I'll say it. Nicholas Children's Hospital.
Oh, Jesus, here we go.
No, I'll say it. No. You wrote it down. I'm like, so we do a charity for Nicholas Children's Hospital, right? And a lot of you guys know about this, and they tell us, hey,
which was great. It was
fantastic.
It was a great event, and we doing it. Frank organized that and did a great job.
And it was great, right? And so they tell us, we're gonna be able to get there, and we broke records of largest donation. We did a full 5-day event. Previous record for that was 3. Like first year we just crushed, right? Thanks to you guys. We get there and they tell us, okay, look, we're going to be able to do this. These are the toys. You're going to be able to pass this out. You're going to be able to provide help. Part of what Doctor and Coach wanted to do was provide any help for any parents or child. They were going to offer free assistance, right? life coach and therapeutic, neurostrategic, everything down the list. And as soon as we get there, we set up the tables and all of that is no, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do this. Now, again, she did it in a very nice and polite way, but that doesn't change the fact that you took a shotgun to everything that we had planned out for the week. So again, just because they're nice, and then all of a sudden it's, well, you got to be nice back. No, I don't have to be nice back. Like you could be respectful, but that doesn't mean that you have to, just take it. Doesn't mean you have to sit there and just, okay, well, she said please, so now I got to shove it, no. And that's another problem I have with nice people. At least me, I'm just,
Okay.
We're allowing Frank to vent. So what's the this is a problem with dealing with nice people specifically, you're saying?
Yeah, I think we see that a lot, right? I think you guys must see it a lot too in your coaching sessions.
Yeah,
like
for
people
sure.
walk in, pretty please, help, this, that, and then before you know it, like, yo, dude, like you're your own problem.
Now that
like,
you're hitting
whoa.
this, okay, so there's a difference between dealing with nice people and then enabling nice people.
Ooh, there we go.
Sometimes they use the fact that they're nice to do things, and you can enable them and to do. They can, you will be as if you allow them to run their strategy. Yes, you will enable their behavior, and so nice people, especially the real good ones, will get you to do many things for them because they're nice, and because you do it so much better than It's like me going up to Frank and be like, "Hey, Frank, can you do this for me? Because can you do my taxes?" But like I would do it myself, but I just need a little bit of help, and you're so good at it. And can you just do it for me? See what's happening? They're just trying to, so they utilize, or what's the phrase we use all the time? They distribute things and tasks and things that they don't want to do, using their niceness.
Yeah.
And then other people are just like, oh, it's just so hard to say no. I mean, they gave me the ride to get my car when it was in the shop and all these other things. So you can't say no to them, even though sometimes they overextend themselves because they get everyone to do things for them.
Yeah, and the challenge is that being nice just to be liked basically nullifies the purpose, right? And so if you're being nice just to get significance, then the question becomes, are you truly authentic and being nice? Yeah. Because that's the way you are. That's how you come to the table each and every day of life. And we're not perfect by any means. There's times where you're not going to be nice. Not on purpose, cancel, delete if it doesn't apply. But the reality is that if you're just being nice just to get something, and it's not authentic, or you're trying to be liked, then that just defeats the purpose, and it's contrary to what the expectations are for whether it's in business or in relationship at all.
Yeah, the way I interpret that is, if you're being nice to cover something up, it's going to blow up in your face. Because at least for me, that's when I see it, right? People walk in, oh, please, and thank you, and this and that. And I've seen the tax thing. Like, it's happened. They walk into my office, oh, can you please help me? I tried it myself on TurboTax, blah, blah, blah. And then when you tell them, hey, look, by the way, like, there's a fee involved with me doing your tax. What?
I just said I needed help.
This place was doing it free, but why can't you help me, right? And that's the enabling part. And if you're one of those, stop it. Because what's going to happen is this. You're going to end up burning bridges. Those things are like that little, Chinese torture where like the little water drops and the water drops and people are going to blow up. No, they do. Because
you're right.
if you walk up to the same person all the time and it's please do this, please do this, please do this, but I'm nice, but please, but do it because family, please, please, please. And you try to be polite and you try to be nice and you try to do this. At some point, that person's going to blow up. They're going to see right through. They're going to be like, dude, you're just using me and this is how you're manipulating me through this vehicle.
Big word.
So you have to be very careful of hey, you might think you're doing it polite and nice. No, you're just causing pain and suffering.
I mean, yeah. So that's spot on. Ultimately, between what Dr. Mario said is you be who you want to be because that's the person you are.
Right.
If your behavior, whether it's being nice or being a jerk or being a mismatcher and being against the grain just to, show people how important you are or how much different you are. Be who you are because you want to be. That's who you want to be. That's a representation of yourself. However, using niceness or nice qualities, to gain what you want isn't being nice.
It's great to be empathetic, right? So most people that are empathetic are being nice. However, if you're nice and you're not authentic, most people around you will be probably walking on eggshells. So.
And you can see it. You can tell someone who, like, as I think I've used this example before, but I think it's a great one. There's nothing more obvious than like the office relationship where they think that nobody knows and everybody knows. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how it is when someone is like using their niceness and you think that like, you know, they think that they're selling it to everyone. And you're just like, man, you can see it. You're like, why are you trying so hard? Like, you're just using your niceness to get what you want. Right. So be who you are, because who you won't be, and then you can be good and do good. And then again, you just be authentic, and everyone will understand it, because otherwise they'll know, and then they'll say words behind your back like, I don't trust that girl as far as I can throw her. They see through that. We see through you, y'all. We see through it.
Yep. You also read the room. That's another good point. My phone calls, text messages don't start off with, hi, good morning. How are you doing? Did you wake up fine this morning? How was your breakfast? No. Let's get to it. Like be efficient. Hey, can we get this done today? Hey, let's just get through it. Like, so you got to read the room, know your partners, know who you're working with or who you're dealing with, right? Some people, I don't need the pleasantry. Let's just get to what we got to get to.
Just send me the paper you got in the mail from the IRS.
Yesterday, I was on a conference call with a client, and I'm hanging out with them, and he needs to jump on a call. So he jumps on this call, and the first 5-10 minutes of the phone call are just, hi, and thank you all for joining. And oh my God, it brought like PTSD. Like it brought back
You could kind of tell the tone, right?
But you can tell it was so fake. And the girl on the line, and God bless her, right? She's trying to do like the sales pitch.
Bless her heart.
Yeah, and she's just, we're gonna get through this, guys. I appreciate everybody jumping on a call. We know your time is valuable, and then you're saying these things, and you're taking 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. We're 10 minutes in, and we're still doing intros, and I'm there trying not to laugh. Phone's on mute. The Zoom call. My client is literally on his phone, emailing, texting, other things. I'm like, are you? And I asked him, I'm like, are you paying attention to this? He's like, I have no idea what this is. Our CFO says to get this done, so we're just looking at this. And I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous. And it's just the pleasantries and the pleasantries and the pleasantries. That's them being nice. For everybody else on this call who's trying to get this over with and go back to making money, or we have things that are on fire that we got to put out, that niceness can come off the wrong way. Like the right way to do those conference calls, especially if you're with higher professionals, is, hi, good morning. We all know who we are. Let's get to it. Anybody have any questions? Like we don't need to spend 10 minutes on the, hi, my name is Frank. I'm a Pisces. I like long walks. We don't have to do that there.
Well, that wouldn't fly with me. I'm not into all that, but I agree with you. It's contextual. And so for us at Miami Vineyard, it's all about, the pleasantries, the good morning, and then the thank yous and that sort of thing. And it's embedded in the culture. And so it's expected. We can also be real and, share what our emotions are, what our true feelings are. And so when you have to apologize for the way you're feeling, as long as you're owning your feelings that you decided that you're going to feel, being nice while you're doing that doesn't come off as authentic. Yes, you have to have self-control. Completely important. You have to read the room, know who you're speaking to. If you're speaking to your superior and you have an issue, just bring the issue, but own it. Own your responsibility. Say, I feel this, instead of you did that, because that you did that is going to get you fired more than likely. Right. And so there's a certain place for authenticity with grace, because you can't give what you don't have. So if you expect your boss or your partner in your relationship, husband, wife, etc., father-son relationship, mother-daughter, whatever the case may be, to give you some grace, then we need to reciprocate. That has nothing to do with being nice. That has something to do with being real, authentic, and true. And that's all about character, in my opinion. It's all about character. It's about who you are. And when I see team relationships, I'm sure you have as well, Coach, I know has, we've worked with a lot of companies, and you see some people that are being nice, but their body language is saying something else. That's not authenticity. That doesn't help the team. I know you. I know you know. Who
I'm
we're
just
talking
laughing
about.
because, again, you guys, if you've heard me rant about my past, that you knew at one point I did a stint at a call center, and it's the epitome of people. Thank you so much. I'll be right with you. No problem. I'll take care of that. Mute. This stupid lady in there. It's the epitome of transformation between people who they are and the performance that they put on when they're in the workplace. And a lot of people perform, especially if you see them in one area and then see them outside of it. But that's another story. And I can understand someone turning on what they need to for work. Like, it's a professional environment. That makes sense. However, if you're doing what you do, whether it's inside of the workplace or outside of the workplace, for anything else that isn't the intention of just who you are and just trying to get your way, or using it to, for lack of a better phrase, it's not saying manipulating, but influencing people in a way just to get what you want.
You can say manipulating, like it's manipulation.
It's kind of both influencing.
But that also
and
depends on the
manipulation.
environment.
Yes.
Like Coach brings up a good point. So
Yeah, so I'm saying you can perform for them. Like what I mean perform is you're not being ingenuine, but if you're a hood rat at home, and you don't bring. You gotta turn on the performance to be professional and create and act in it.
Depends on your environment.
In a workmanlike manner.
It depends on your environment, and that's one of the things that help people flourish or keep people down. So I'll give you a quick example. I too once in a former past life worked in a call center. And in that environment, it was, hi, hello, how may I help you? Can I have this? Your account number, blah, blah, blah. And you would do the nice, polite thing, this and this, and we would have fun, cool. One day I got this guy and he's just screaming and yelling and issues and this and that. And he's taking it out on me. I didn't do any of it.
That sounds like a normal day at a call center.
cursing and cursing and cursing and yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling. And the guy, and every time I try to get in, and he just caught me at a moment. And I'm like, the professional went out the window, right? Hey, dude, I can get this fixed for you. But if you want me to sit here and listen to you yell, scream, and curse at me, I have to hang up. Like, we're getting nowhere. Now, can you give me some time? I can put you on hold or I can call you back. No, I want to be on hold. All right, I'm going to put you on hold. It's going to be the worst music of your life for 20 minutes, but I'll get back. Put him on hold. I talk. We fix the issue. The guy loves me at the end of the call. We hang up. I get put in a room. Frank, you can't talk to clients like that and blah, blah, blah. And the proper procedure is for you to hang up and, and make sure you let them know, sir, if you're going to continue to use this language. I'm like, dude, if I do that and I hang up, this guy's either A, going to show up here, or B, he's going to call back and give that same stress to somebody else. Like, we fixed the problem. That guy won't call back.
But
So then I said, I was done with that. I'm like, this isn't for me. I went to the sales department of that.
you can get away with murder over there.
No.
Yeah,
You
you
can get away.
can.
You can get away with murder
As long as it brings in money.
as long as you bring money, sure. Yes. But I was getting along better with my clients than with my colleagues and bosses. Like, I realized, whoa, I'm more. When I would hang out with these business owners, they were all like me. They were all t-shirt and shorts. They were all laughing. And here I came in the monkey suit with the pocket square and the shaved beard. And I was trying to sell and this and that. And when I realized, hey, you know what? That I'm more them than these guys, right? And then when I started my own business, that really confirmed it. Because again, I'm on conference calls where we're being nice. Hey, hi, no, thank you. We appreciate you guys taking the time. We're gonna sit through your presentation. Mute. Oh, these guys suck. Right. So that depends on your environment. If I call my clients now, no matter how small or big, and I tried to do the cute little polite thing with them, like they'll tell me to go to hell. So
I mean,
so your environment does a lot.
I mean, and not so much maybe your environment, but who you're dealing with, because there are some people,
Right.
A lot of people in position of higher power will like just cut to the chase and cut the pleasantries, and it's not even about being nice or impolite. It's just like, let's get to business. I have things to do. I need like cut the crap.
Let's move it.
What do you need? Right. Which otherwise anyone else, especially if they've been formally trained, they'll come in trying to build rapport first to get that connection, because that's how you're taught, and that's a great thing to do. However, for some people, they don't know, like, why are you here?
Again,
how
read
did
the
you
room.
get here right now?
Read the room.
Yeah,
Got to read the room. You also want to, when you mean no, stop trying to be nice and just say no.
Oh
yeah.
Stop saying yes when you really want to say no.
Especially,
or put it on
especially
hold.
when dealing with someone presenting
Yes.
you or a sales pitch or something. Just
Put
say
a pin
no.
in it. Something.
Those guys want to hear no more than a maybe. Because that means they can just move on to the next hard maybes, and then you're making them circle back. And a good salesman will know that maybes are a waste of time too. But
You know, sometimes you'll be on a customer call, and I have worked in a customer service like you guys did. But definitely when I had the law firm, we were definitely on the end of a phone call or two where people would mistreat you, right? So when you're feeling mistreated, you want to speak out in love, but you want to make your points known. You know, no one has the right to mistreat you. No one has the right to judge
I've never
you.
heard you speak about this. You felt mistreated at the law firm, and now it's time to speak out. and be
Sometimes
brave.
you would work. Sometimes, I would speak out. I would speak out. Sometimes you would have adversarial attorneys, which that's what the law is. It's adversarial. And they would think that because they scream the loudest in court, that they would have the right to win.
I like that phrase. You always say it. You didn't say it though.
What?
The person who screams the loudest, whatever.
Doesn't necessarily win the day.
Right. The people who think these because they scream the loudest think that they're winning or think that their argument is more valid.
And I remember
they
this
are.
particular case. It was a divorce case. It was a very highly contested, and I was representing the wife, and obviously no names being mentioned. Confidentiality is protected.
We'll put them in
The husband was obviously making more money than she ever had, and the challenge was this attorney on the other side. Unfortunately, was a female, was yelling in court, and I'm just reading the room. See, you got to read the room. Yeah. I sensed that the judge wasn't buying her arguments, the showboat. And when she was done, I said, well, thank you, counselor. And here's my case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, while the tirade was going on...
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oscar-winning
performance. It was a tantrum. She was having a tantrum in court, open court. I was wondering when the judge was going to say, "Shut up or sit down."
Stand up.
But you know,
are you done?
Yeah, really.
And the nominations for best dramatic performance of a
Serious.
legal show with.
My client whispers in my ear, says, "They're going to win." She's screaming, and the judge is believing it. And I whispered back in her ear, "No, he's not. Wait till our turn. Just relax. Look at the judge. Don't look at him." And that's exactly the way it went down. I made my arguments. The judge ruled completely in our favor. Mm-hmm. And you should have seen that adversarial attorney with the tantrum. She walked out of that court. If she'd have slammed the door any harder, I think the judge would have held her in contempt. You've got to be nice but authentic.
100%.
Nice but authentic. So ye who screams louder doesn't necessarily win.
Word.
And this is what we see here in America today. The hate. They're calling people haters and they're screaming louder, but it's the vitriol that's within them, the anger, because they have no other way of gaining position in their discourse. And if we are to, this is one of the things that I love about the United Kingdom and their political systems. You have individuals in the parliament who are completely at odds with each other, but they still treat each other with respect. They bring them to the table. They have something to say. Here in America, it's like if you have a different opinion, no matter which side of the aisle you're on, it's either you hate or you're something else. And it's just so disenchantful.
Disenchantful?
Disenchantful?
No. The word is it disenfranchises. Right?
It makes
great with
vitriol. I'm
looking
it up. I'm what is that? Are you a geologist? Vitriol. What the hell does this mean?
It makes people not want to participate, not want to vote, not want to express their opinions. Yeah. Because the moment you express your opinion, someone is already blasting you on social media. You
and then you're phobic.
Yes.
And then you're anti.
Yes.
And then you want to speak out.
Yes.
And be heard.
Yes.
Man.
Oh man.
So
this went elsewhere.
I'm gonna try to wrap that up.
Wrap it up.
Good.
Right?
Do it.
You can either be accepted or respected. And at least that's what it is for me, right? So you can sit there and accept what that person is trying to sell you or push on you or throw on you, or you can plead for somebody's acceptance, or you can be respected. Like you can, I say it all the time, you can be professional and have personality. Professionalism is not in how you word the email, but the fact that you send the email out in the timely manner, that you keep expectations, you keep your promises. If you guarantee something that gets done, if there's work that needs to be done with a deadline, you meet the deadline, that you're in constant communication. That's professionalism. Professionalism is not, hello everyone, per our last conversation on this email. If you're sending that and you're sending it a day late, like you could be as nice as you want. Like you messed up. And then as far as being respected, you're going to get a lot further in life if you're respected. I've had clients yelling and screaming and pleading with me, I'm going to lose my business. I understand that. But don't ask me to lose mine to save yours, right? You can't do that. Don't, if you have family members, this needs to get done this weekend. That's going to fix your problem, but it's going to ruin my life. And at some point you have to realize that the nice guy doesn't fix that, does not make that go away. So you have to be able to learn how to A, deal with that, and then 2, not come off as the disingenuine,
There you go.
bleepo.
And in closing, you can be the nice guy too and still say no to other nice people. That doesn't mean you aren't nice.
He's closing. I like it when he's closing.
Yeah, don't let people manipulate with that. Oh, you're not being nice. I don't care.
I feel like he doesn't want to close. You got some? You got more hot fire?
I didn't want to close because
Here we go. Hey, be nice.
Anybody got a
to the
croqueta?
microphone?
I need a croqueta.
You already had one.
You already.
You had 2, actually. I saw.
I had 2
one.
croquetas
You
today.
inhaled them. Dale, hit me with Jerry Springer's final thought here.
Look, at the end of the day, we must be factual. Just stick to the facts, right? You watch the TV shows and the stories about Perry Mason and
Who's that?
Columbo.
We're really
Who are
dating
they?
ourselves.
We're taking it back.
Papa, those are 70s, 80s.
Well, you can.
If you want to speak to the 80s, 90s crowd,
You can
Inspector
take it to
Gadgets.
NCIS. You can take it to
That's also been on the air for 20 years.
NYPD Blue.
That's
you
also
can take
25 years old.
Law and Order's first season.
Law and Order.
Those are old.
10th replay, whatever the case may be, and the reality is for real.
Drop the bomb already.
The question
stop dating
before
yourself.
the court is
This is how we dismount.
just keep it to the facts. But here's the bomb. Not everything that comes into your head needs to come out of your mouth.
Ooh, yeah.
You have to know when to hold them, when to fold them. Kenny Rogers. Good night.
Kenny Rogers.
What a great episode. Oh my God, I can't wait to re-listen.